Another day, another box watching episode. We're at episode number 60, and we're here with another daily recap. We had a lot of games, a lot of things to go through, a lot of things to go over, a lot of things to talk about. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and let's get into it with the Cavs beating the Utah Jazz at home, blowing them out, and improving to 21-11. And for the game, this was for the Cavs. They were in control for the whole game. Donovan Mitchell, of course, against his former team. He played just 22 minutes, scored 23 points, and didn't have to do a whole bunch. The starting lineup was sensational. Shout out to Isaac Okoro with 12, Evan Mobley with 12 and 8, Jared Allen with 20 and 11, and Darius Garland with 17 points and 8 assists. But the X factor for the Cleveland Cavaliers is, of course, the bench, and the bench today was great. They outscored the bench of the Utah Jazz. They scored 38 points, and it was great to see. And then Utah, they had a rough game. Jordan Clarkson still got 23 points. Lauri Markkanen still got his 24 points. And yeah, but it was a really rough night for the Utah Jazz as they just got destroyed. But it was at one of the best home teams and against one of the best defenses. So it's really not that surprising. Next we head to Philadelphia as the Sixers continue their home winning streak and beat the Raptors, who are now on a 6-game losing streak. And well, it was a back and forth tight game, but the Sixers pretty well through in overtime, but it was a rough watch to say the least. They played some solid defense, but it was a whole lot of missed open shots, and Joel Embiid didn't have it going. He scored 28 and had 11 rebounds, but 14 of 15 from the free throw line is of course great, but he was 6 of 16 from the field. James Harden was 5 of 14, D'Anthony Melton was 3 of 14, the starting backcourt combined for 8 of 28 shooting, which is not great. Shout out to Tobias Harris, though he was sensational with 21 points and was really clutch in this game, but the late game offense in this game was horrible. It was for the Sixers, it was either Joel Embiid gets the ball down the middle on the post and they either double him and he kicks it out. Of course they can get wide open threes or not, but that's a solid offensive strategy. But when Embiid does not have it going and they still keep giving it to him and he keeps missing turnaround jumpers, it's a weird watch, but you still take it. It's a solid enough offense, but it almost cost them the game. But the Raptors are, thankfully for them, not that great, and Pascal Siakam had a great game. He was 38, 5, 15 and 6. OG Anunoby 13 points in his return from injury. He still played 40 minutes, which I don't understand, but it is what it is. And Fred VanVleet shot 3 of 15, to support the Philadelphia backcourt. He had 9 points, and yeah, it was just a rough night for the Raptors again, and it has been rough for them. They have a really rough schedule coming up, and who knows when the losing streak will stop, man. Then we head to Atlanta as the Hawks survive against the Magic at home. For Atlanta, the main story is Trae Young finally having another great game. He looks like he's been figuring it out more, and that they got John Collins and DeJounte Murray both back, which is great to see. DeJounte had 17 points in his return, even though he didn't shoot particularly efficient, but it's great to see him back. He's really important for them, and John Collins was pretty solid himself with 12 points in 20 minutes in his return. Trae Young, though, 37 points, 13 assists, 11 of 22 from the field, 12 of 12 from the free throw line, and it was great to see him play like this. Shout out to the bench of Atlanta. They've been playing some solid basketball. AJ Griffin, the rookie, is sensational. He had 19.7 rebounds to assists off the bench and was a game high plus 15. Onyeka Okongwu also played great, 11 and 8 with 2 blocks. Just all around a good game for the Hawks. They are getting healthier. Just Clint Capela missing now. Bogdan Bogdanovic had an off game tonight, but he's been playing some really good basketball. Trae Young seems to be getting it together. They got a pretty okay schedule coming up for them, so maybe they could go on a winning streak and get the season back rolling up. And they of course snapped Orlando's win streak, which was at 6, and well, they fought for it really well, right? Markel Fultz with what a game for him, man, and he's been playing so well, and I'm so happy to see it because it's just fun, man. It's just real fun. Markel had 24 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 11 of 19 from the field, made 2 threes out of 3, and it was fun, man. It was a great game from him. The other starters didn't play that well. Franz Wagner is, a great defender, so when he doesn't shoot well, it's not that bad, but it still was just not enough all around from everyone else. Shout out to Mobamba with 11, and yeah, a rough loss for Orlando, but they were on a back-to-back night against a team that, got their players back and needed a win at home, so nothing to be, sad about. Then we head to Houston as the Rockets lose to the Spurs at home and get blown out pretty much. Just like I said yesterday in the box score watching episode, I thought the Rockets were playing better. They are looking like the better team. They are looking like they are on an up. The Spurs are up and down, and of course, like I said, I expected the Rockets to win, and they got blown out, as I said in the video. Shout out, to San Antonio's bench. They were sensational. Look at the scoring from the bench, man. Holy Jesus. Devin Vassell with 26 points, 10 of 17 from the field. Great game from him. They were also missing Keldon Johnson, so that doesn't help the Rockets. And their defense wasn't great today, and the inconsistent shooting and scoring from the starters doesn't help, right? You got Kevin Porter with 6 of 16, 15 points. Jalen Green had 13 on 3 of 12. Jabari Smith had 9 on 4 of 14. So a rough night for everyone, and yeah, a night to forget about in Houston. Then we head to Minnesota as they win on back-to-back nights and are now over 500. And it was once again no Rudy Gobert for the T-Wolves, and man, do they look better, right? They look like they are playing some really good basketball with these, smaller lineups with Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid. Jaden McDaniel was sensational on Luka. Luka got ejected, of course, and we'll talk about that more as we get to the Mavs, but Jaden McDaniels played some incredible defense on him, and he's one hell of a defender against these guys. And, what a guy he is, what a player. And shout out to Naz Reid, who played his third game in the starting lineup, and he has been averaging in those 3 games as a starter 22 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block per game, which is crazy, right? He's been playing out of his mind when he's starting, filling in for Rudy Gobert, who's been out. Austin Rivers has, found himself, and he had 16 points. You got Ant Edwards playing great all-around basketball, which is great to see. He had 27, 13, and 9. He was not efficient from the field, but man, was he great all-around. Was it great to see. And shout out Jalen Noel off the bench with 18. A great game from him. As for the Mavs, like I said, well, it's the same old Mavs, right? Luka got ejected. Reggie Bullock had 0 points. The starters weren't great overall, and the bench, didn't do enough to bail them out. Shout out Davis Bertans for that 4th quarter. He had 18 points and like 15 in that 4th quarter or something like that. So yeah, at least something for the Mavs. Then we head to New Orleans as the Pelicans lose their 4th straight game. This time it was against the Bucks. And I think we were all looking forward to this matchup, Giannis against Zion. And one of the, 2 better teams of each conferences. And the Bucks showed, that they have a much bigger experience, a better experience overall. They have the better defense, and they have probably the better players, right? Giannis was sensational today. He had 42 points, 10 rebounds, 17 of 22 from the free throw line, which is crazily good. Brook Lopez had 30 points, and they played so well around the defense of New Orleans. He had a lot of wide open looks. Jrue Holiday was really solid, 18 points, 11 assists. Pot Connaughton off the bench at 11, and just it was mostly the big free game, but everyone played really solid for the Bucks. And it's a tough matchup for Zion. And yeah, Zion struggled tonight. He was 7 of 16 from the field, 4 of 8 from the free throw line, 18, 7, and 3, 5 turnovers, 18, 7, and 7, and 3 with 5 turnovers, which is not the best for Zion. And yeah, he fought through it. He tried his best. There were some questionable, decisions from the referees around, the defending of him. But hey, what can you do? When it's not going your way, it's not going your way. And it certainly didn't help that they didn't have any bench play whatsoever today. Nobody showed up off the bench, and that's rough when you basically play with 5 players, right? So shout out to CJ McCollum for having 31, 8, and 9. Jonas Valanciunas was sensational. His best game of the season, might be of his career, I'm not sure. He had 37 points, 18 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 7 of 10 from the 3-point line, which is incredible. Great game from him, and a rough loss for the Pelicans. I'm not sure who they play next, but they need to win. They need to win now. Then we head to OKC as the Thunder, spoiled Dame's magical night. And why was it, Dame's magical night? Because he became the franchise leading, top all-time scorer, and he scored 28 and had 6 assists on the night, tied the game late, but, well, Shea spoils it with his game winner, right? The big three played great. Anthony Simons had 19 points. You got Jeremy Grant with 26 and 8. And yeah, the bench is inconsistent to say the least, right? The bench didn't show up that much today, and that certainly didn't help because they got outscored 42 to 26. and that's just rough to overcome, and certainly it didn't help at all for them. And then for the Thunder, Shea, of course, got to the free throw line, didn't miss, 35 points, 6 assists, hit the game winner, even though he didn't shoot like crazily efficiently, but he still hit the game winner. And as I said, the bench outscored Portland's bench 42-26, and they had a great impact on the game. Kenrich Williams with 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Isaiah Joe with 11, he's been a sniper. Mike Muscala with 4 threes and 12 points. And a great win for the Thunder, man. Back-to-back wins for the Thunder. Then we head to Phoenix as the Suns blew out the Lakers in a fake-ass game. I say a fake-ass game because, well, no LeBron, no AD, no Russ, and no Devin Booker, so I kinda couldn't care. Shout out Dennis Schroeder for a 30-point game, which is, great for him to see, and yeah, nothing else to talk about here, really, right? The starters, well, everyone on Phoenix was pretty much great. CP3 had 28 points, 8 assists, shout out to him. DeAndre Ayton with 21 and 11, Mikal Bridges with 20, a lot of scoring, a lot of easy win for Phoenix, man, just a feel-good win for Phoenix, nonetheless. And last but not least, we head to Sacramento, as the Kings don't like to beam, as they lose to the Hornets. And what a good win for the Hornets. LaMelo gets his, first win back, and 23 points, 5 rebounds, 12 assists, 9 of 19 from the field. He's been shooting lights out, he's been playing some really good basketball, and it's fun to see. And Gordon Hayward, when he is healthy and plays, he's pretty decent. 19 points, 5 rebounds, 8 of 12 from the field. Good game from him. Mason Plumlee at 15, and everyone, contributed somewhat. Nick Richards off the bench once again played some really good minutes. 14 points, 11 rebounds. He's a double-double machine off the bench in limited minutes. And, feel-good win for the Hornets, who have been pretty horrible, right? And it's a really good win. And a feel-bad loss for the Kings, because, man, that defense is rough. That defense is just rough. They, can't defend still that much. They, of course, have their moments and are getting better, I would say, but it's so inconsistent, and it's just not trustworthy defense, right? Domantas Sabonis, man, 28 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists in 40 minutes. Jesus Christ, this guy has been on something else lately. De'Aaron Fox had 37 points, but, well, his defense was one of the worst in this game, right? So, just a rough game for the Kings. And rough free throw percentage. They shot 17 of 31 from the free throw line, which is 55%, while, the Hornets shot 17 of 23, which is 74%. You leave a lot of points on the free throw line, which you shouldn't, right? And you let, the Charlotte Hornets shoot 52% from the field. You probably don't deserve to win, right? Yeah, and that does it. That about does it for tonight. As we had a lot of fun games, some, intriguing stuff, and we learned some things, especially Pelicans defense. And, well, the Raptors are just bad, but hey, it happens, right? And tonight on a Tuesday, we got a lot of fine games. Jazz Pistons, not the best one, but still could be a fun one. Bulls Heat, that's, Heat have been looking up, Bulls have been looking down. Can the Bulls, show us something? And Warriors Knicks on national TV, which is nice, because I have it even on my Czech television local here. And, well, Warriors could win, even though the Knicks are the hottest team in the league, so that's gonna be intriguing. The Wizards look to snap their 10-game losing streak against the Suns in Phoenix. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. And the Grizzlies against the Nuggets, which is a great one. That's gonna be a really good matchup. Fun to watch. And I'll be here to cover it all as always. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow.